Bye. First things first, I have a guide to food in Quito, and you should check that out real quick. This dish that we're showcasing today is in it, and I also pick out the best place to eat it in Quito. So, here we are, Sarah and I, Ryan, Sarah. Today we're going for encebollado. Encebollado, it means, I always confuse this. In Spanish this means, but in English this means. But if I say in Spanish it means, it does mean that in Spanish too. So encebollado means made with onions. In Spanish there's a lot of like chunks of words that they take and combine together that to kind of make like a new meaning. En would mean in cebollo means onion, and lado. But this is much more than onions. This is fish stew. It is a national dish of Ecuador, one that they're quite proud of, and for good reason, because it's very delicious. I've had it before. Sarah's popping her. Sarah's encebollado and it's still intact. Sarah hasn't had the dish before. She is going to try it for the first time. We're going to find a place around the square here. There's a spot over on the corner. I think it should be open and it should be good. So I think that's it for now. Let's go find the dish. What are you looking at? Whenever I'm walking with the camera, I just want to do the reservoir dogs. This is the place. Look at this. Number 1, Encebollado. Hola. Okay. Just want encebolladas? Encebollado? Jugos mora. Dos mora. Oh, yes. That looks so good. Gracias. Ooh, look at these. This is mora. Mora is, I don't know, is it a blackberry? It's just blackberry, exact same as blackberry?
It's their like species of blackberry.
It's really good. All right, so this is encebollado. Fish stew, usually made with a tuna or an albacore. There's some other fishes that they'll use. I hope it's not too loud. They're playing Rocky on the TV behind me. Let's try this broth first, which you can see has tons of cilantro in it. Oh, that's really good.
Put some lime in it.
Yeah, definitely got to put lots of lime in it. The fish chunks in it are huge. This is yuca or cassava root. You'll probably also find maybe some tomatoes in there, some spices, cilantro, herbs like that, and of course onions. The onions on top are like a pickled, like slightly pickled, just kind of soaked in with some sugar probably and some vinegar. And then on the side it'll come with some lime, tons of lime, and you just squeeze it right in there. And that'll just brighten it right up. All right, I gotta try this. A nice helping of yuca, onion, fish, and broth. Yeah, that lemon or lime really helps the broth give it a nice little tang. So this is a dish that originated in Guayaquil, invented on a boat, in the kitchen of a boat for the dock workers. It's spread across Ecuador. You can get it almost anywhere now. It's very popular in Quito. One encebollado chef called it the prostitute of Ecuadorian food because there's so much demand for it and different tastes for it that you can get it at any price and in different styles. But this is like legit. This is how the traditional way it was prepared. So on the side you get some plantain chips and some popcorn, and there's some ají sauce as well. Ají sauce is just generally on every Ecuadorian table. But these plantain chips, I'm going to toss them right in there. Even throw some popcorn in there, and it'll just sop up the broth. I like to save some though for the end when you got just a little bit of broth on the bottom. You just throw some popcorn in there and just eat the popcorn after it's like touched the broth a little bit.
So the popcorn?
Yeah, popcorn's great in it. You wouldn't think popcorn in a soup would be anything, but you throw it in there and eat it while it's still crispy. Popcorn's really, it's a popular treat here. They're throwing it in dishes like soups and all kinds of ceviche and anything. And it provides a flavor. It's not just, you know, like, it tastes, there's more of a corn taste to it here. The corn they use is more natural maybe, I don't know. A little bit of a texture as well. Sarah she got a mix of seafood. She got some shrimp, some clams. Is there fish in there as well?
There's fish.
Fish, shrimp,
there's
clams.
Shrimp, there's clams. There's yuca. Tomato. Onion. You want to try clam?
Yes.
Because I'm so full.
Black clams, specialty in Ecuador. This is their clam of choice. They're pretty nice looking. They're really meaty. I love me a clam.
The clams are big and they're kind of beardy, which I think might hurt a lot of people.
Beardy? Can you give me an example of something else that's beardy?
Old man, you live in offshore.
Oh, Sarah's dumping some shrimp in here as well. All the shrimp I've had in Ecuador has been really good. Ecuadorians swear that this is an excellent hangover food. I haven't tested that yet, but they say there's not a lot of fat in it, which I don't know. I always thought fat helped with hangovers. But also the lime juice is supposed to cleanse your liver. I don't know. There's a lot of food in Ecuador that they claim is good hangover food. This regular fish encebollado is $2.75 here. Pretty cheap dish. Definitely gonna fill me up. Really tasty. Sarah's was around 4 or something.
Yeah, it's too much there.
It's too big?
Yeah.
Too much food? Between Rocky and blender. Okay, now that the guy stopped blendering, you know, blenders are a huge thing in Ecuador. Our house came with blendering.
Blending.
No, he was blendering. He was using the blender.
He was blending.
He was blending. The blender blends. He was blendering. The blender is blending. The blender is blending.
He was using a blender.
Yeah, he was blendering.
Blending.
You gotta have a blender in your kitchen here. Blenders are like the only cheap kitchen appliance you can get in Ecuador.
So
everybody has a blender and it's useful. I mean, with all the fresh fruit. So, I'm gonna sign off. Thanks for watching. Subscribe below, hit the bell icon after you subscribe to get notified of upcoming videos. How's Rocky doing? Encebollado! I want to get the freeze frame at the end. Then we can freeze frame at the end for our video.
Prefer when I'm by myself. I don't wanna hang around y'all. Pray for good health. One day I'm really gon' ball. Fuck around and buy the whole mall. Breaking that cake. Flexing 700 in the bank. Not a superhero, I don't save. Look at my face. Look at my grades. Don't match up, no love. Look at date. I just fade. When I hit the jack, you can keep the pie. Every night I gamble, I stop. Yeah. When I check the cost, I was like,
Oh, that's expensive.